Music.
Brick by brick by brick by brick by brick.
I own 100% of Barstool Sports. The sun, the moon, the Milky Way. It is getting so close, I can taste it. We can take a bite out of it. This is exactly, and I mean exactly, why Barstool Sports has to exist. It has to.
It's Monday, August 28th. Barstool Radio coming to you live from Barstool HQ. It's me, Tommy, and Feidelberg. Now, Tommy, before we even dive into all the topics, we got someone at Barstool proposed. Someone at Barstool might be making $1 million a year. We've got some internal, we got some pettiness going on about the award show. Some clips from old names of the past. We got a lot to get into.
Before we do that really quick, I hate where I sit. I can only sit like this.
It's a little too high.
It's too casual. I don't like I sit in like.
I think it's a little too high.
I don't look at anybody.
Well, just be like Tommy. Tommy just sits like a fucking.
This is like fucking.
Tommy, the whole show's like this.
Not yet. Not yet. You shut your mouth.
Yet.
It's like right field at Fenway.
Do one arm up and one arm down.
Like I can't. I have to sit like this. And it's like, oh, look at.
Put one arm down.
I feel like a.
Put that arm down. You'll be
this
fine.
Arm, but
no, the other one. And put the other one on.
Ridiculous.
Put the look what I'm doing. Put one arm up and one arm down.
It's better.
Jesus Christ. So Tommy
I don't like it.
texted us and said, "I'm being told to go home because my cold voice is disgusting." And so we said, well, obviously you're going to come on the radio, and we have not heard your voice yet, so I want to hear how disgusting this is and see whether these pussies were right or not.
I don't think it's as bad as
You're
it was
completely
earlier.
fine.
I know, it's not as bad as it was
Oh,
earlier.
you sound exactly
Bro,
the
you
same.
sound 100% normal.
You know what? This is people. I was like, you guys are acting like I'm the first person to ever have a fucking cold. Like, yeah, I'm a little nasally.
I'm a little bit under the weather too. I think I have the same exact
Yeah,
thing
and this
as you.
morning, to be fair to them, this morning I hadn't talked yet, so there's a little of that crackiness. But they were acting like I'm the first person to ever have a.
Bro, this place,
If you
I
didn't
swear
say
to
you had
fucking
something
God,
wrong, I wouldn't
sometimes.
notice.
Yeah,
I would not even know. First of all, it's Tommy Smokes. Something is always wrong with allergies, colds.
Is nasal. My default
Totally.
is nasal.
The most frail Jewish man to never be Jewish is Tom Scabelli. This place,
I
man,
knew it was going to be a lot.
No company in the world has ever struggled more with the concept of being sick. Because there's either you get shit on for staying home when you're really sick, or you come in and then Dave or somebody goes, "Get the fuck out of here, you're going to get everyone sick." Well, what the fuck are people supposed to do?
There's no good. They were like, "Oh, why did you come in?" I was like, "I don't know. I have stuff to do." I thought maybe Dave. You never know if Dave's going to be here.
Right.
And I don't feel like that. I mean, I don't feel, but like.
No, same thing. I don't feel great, but I'm
Right,
like,
but like it's fine. But yeah, it. I'll be fair. It sounded worse this morning. By now, it sounds fine. People have colds. People have colds.
Remember during the
the
pandemic?
whole world was just sick for 2 years.
We were like, this is going to change colds forever. This morning, Tommy texted us, I'm really sick. Like, don't talk until we're
I did not say I'm really sick. I said people say my voice.
People are saying.
Sick voice.
People are saying.
You said sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I said cold voice. I never used the word
Cold, sick, sorry.
Where do we want to begin? I think I'm going to start with congrats to the big man Dana B.
Yeah.
Dana B decides to walk the plank. Okay. Should we just hang out for a second? Do you want to just? Okay. So if you're watching live, my mouth is probably not matching up to the audio right now.
I'll be honest, that's been happening to me on TV. I don't care.
Oh, that happens to me
that's
every
crazy.
Amazon. That is crazy.
I
But he's also.
I care, but I don't do anything about it.
If it's
Are you-
a second off, I like.
Me too.
Can't take it.
Are you a subtitles guy, Tommy?
No.
See, that does help because you can get past it. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, no, the subtitles are off, too.
When I have subtitles, should we not be talking?
I don't know.
Well,
When I have-
what are we saying that's so important we have to wait till everything?
When I have subtitles on, I just feel like I'm looking at them the whole time.
Yeah.
There are certain shows.
I don't know. My
whenever the
eyeballs can
audio's
see
on.
everything at once. I don't know. Like I mean, listen. If I'm watching, like, if there is a powerfully like visual scene, I'll probably look at like the rest of the screen. I can like read the words and still see like there's the person here, there's the person there. They're talking in like a diner. I get it. You know what I mean?
But it fucks up comedy sometimes. I feel like
That
It could
so
ruin, like, the timing of
stand-up comedy, sports and stand-up comedy, I turn it off for. Pretty much everything else, I
even a
leave it on.
sitcom, I think.
I mean, I guess I just haven't really watched many sitcoms recently. I feel like they're pretty like, if it's a head and yeah, they really don't though. If the joke comes up first, yes, then I turn it off. But Amazon Prime, I just always gets out of sync for me, like within.
Hulu too.
Oh, me too.
And I turn it off and I restart it.
I've been sitting on this one a little bit. I've been coming off the subtitles because they're not. Yeah, we can do.
Bro, that's like, I don't know. That's like Oppenheimer being like, I don't know about this fucking communism thing anymore or some shit. You can't just.
He did.
Yeah, I guess he did.
Me not be like this.
Ooh,
Yeah, this is-
Someone
this-
told me this weekend I look like Cillian Murphy, and I don't think I agree with that. But my God, am I gonna run with it?
Bro, from Derek Jeter to Cillian Murphy, some people tell Tommy these
I'll
things.
say this: you and Derek Jeter were never on a path, but you've crossed like ships in the night.
You kinda have.
Fucking messed out.
Yeah, he looks gross.
More handsome than Derek Jeter.
If you
Don't be
shaved
ridiculous.
if you shaved your head bald, you would probably look like, but he looks ugly. You know what I mean?
Derek Jeter does not look ugly.
He does.
Did you see
Yeah,
the picture of him and his daughter's
He
birthday?
always was
Handsome
overrated
as
in my
hell.
mind.
Yeah,
he
I
just had
agree.
nice eyes. That was it.
I
Look
agree.
at this picture.
He always had a weird hairline, and he just had the nice eyes.
He's
That
got
was
a goofy-
it.
he's
If he
got-
wasn't a baseball player, nobody would look like
No.
think twice.
He's got like an egg that you wouldn't.
Yeah.
You'd take it out of the thing and you'd be like, I don't know if I should.
You don't think
Google
that's a
it.
handsome
little
guy?
weird looking. No.
I think he looks. I know he has shit on his face. I still think he looks handsome.
Yeah. I mean, listen, in terms of comparing him to, some ugly fucking person, maybe, but like people used to revere him like he was the greatest bachelor in the world. I was like, what's
When
going
he
on?
was.
I mean,
was literally.
but again, it's because he was the shortstop.
It was
for the
his
Yankees.
Riz. He had Riz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait. This better comparison would be like if this time around Trump was just like, we're done with the whole MAGA thing. Like, I think I'm going to be pretty, down the middle. I think I like we led this revolution.
Yeah, no, I know, but no one really kind of joined for a while and turned me off. So.
I think everyone's joining now. Like we won the revolution.
Yeah, now I'm out.
Oh, because people are joining. Okay.
Yeah,
Well-
no, I actually don't know. I was watching something.
You're actively turning them off? You make me sick.
It is like
You make me sick.
It's like I'll leave.
We had something here.
when I'm watching like fucking. When I'm watching something I haven't seen before, I will turn them off, and I will enjoy it as.
It's almost the opposite for me, where it's like, that's when I have subtitles on, I remember everyone's name, all the things we've talked about for years,
yeah.
bro.
Yeah, no, none of that's changed.
You put subtitles on when you've seen something already?
That's fucking
That doesn't
stupid.
make any sense.
It's because when I've seen something already, I'm not really watching it. I'm kind of
Exactly. So why bother with the subtitles?
Yeah, you don't even like you probably have it like
I
memorized.
guess I don't go out of my way to put them on, but I don't turn them off. When
When watching with subtitles, I feel like I remember names, I remember like plot points, I remember like everything going on way more because I've like read it and
I
held
need
on
like
to it.
House of the Dragon.
Yeah, that's. I feel like the whole world started with Game of Thrones or Peaky Blinders, with the accents was tough,
Right.
and then you just start to apply it to all your other shows, and it's just the superior way to live. Now, John, being the fat baby retard that he is, decided to bail on the movement, and I can't. believe it.
I've been trying to watch new movies. I haven't seen it. I'm just like, I'm gonna watch it as the director intended, and that's not what I actually think. But
I hate when people say that. Like, shut the fuck up, you dumb assholes.
but it's kind of the same. It doesn't really affect one or the other, to be totally honest. I like it still. It's I'm bi. I'm bi.
And all of a sudden, guy decides to be super literal about subtitles. Yeah, I know it's not that big of a deal, but it was for like 10 years with us. He just left me out high and dry.
because no one bought the sweatshirts, and I was like, all right. Fuck
You guys made subtitle sweaters.
Yes, and they were
dope.
fucking
They're great.
fire.
They're like the best merch I've ever made.
They were
For some
like
reason, we
all
priced
of,
it at like $80. It was like a Barstool live show ticket, and no one bought them.
Half of a bar.
they were like the best, like when Stranger Things went viral for this last season. It was like squelching noise or squelching disgusting, like whatever. When it got to be like very descriptive, like in a funny way, we put those on a shirt. So every time we saw one, we're like, oh, put that on there.
Ominous music, nervous.
Oh yeah, those
laughter.
do make me laugh.
Yeah, they're great.
And now that even jumped the shark because now people are a little bit
Right there.
It's like everything else. If people like it, John's gonna say fuck you. But as we were saying before, I have no idea what's going on with the audio. Hopefully it's synced up. If not, just don't watch the YouTube. We're good? Okay, so we're all good. I was saying congratulations to Dana B, who is walking the plank, takes the plunge, pops the question. Dana, yeah, if he's here, of course. Getting engaged over the weekend.
I was strangely affected by this.
Really?
You were.
This makes no sense at all. I was like, why didn't Dana tell me?
Oh,
We're not even that close.
Well, what's your history with Dana? What's Dana's history in general? He came to Barstool when?
He started in 2017, I believe.
Post Chernin in New York too.
Or he was maybe an intern.
Coley, right? Coley and Mixtape had them on the show a lot.
Yeah, but
I think
I think he actually made a bunch of like Dave edits. Or
Right.
Edits.
I know that's what he did to like get the job.
He started on Stool Scenes, I believe.
Okay.
And
Oh, it might have been the documentary too. He was definitely big on the
documentary, Stool Scenes, and then eventually became a content person.
best beer drinker in the world.
Yeah. I
My
mean,
fucking king.
I mean, made a fucking empire out of that. Legitimately making $1 million in a week like he's fucking Frank the Tank.
And gave it all away.
Where did we have a talk with him recently? It was like off the record. It wasn't on the air, or was it?
No, it was on KC
It was on
Radio.
KC Radio. We did it on the air. I was just like, you are a buffoon. And I wish I got to you in the moment. He was riding so
Bro,
high.
when you're drunk for 3 years straight, you make some bad decisions.
And I know in his mind he was like, this is like the icing on the cake. Like, I'm gonna get the glory for being generous and charitable and the Fradies. And instead it was just like, thank you. We're gonna try to fight this disease with this very nice gift, but it's still like I don't know if Dana B's put him over the top.
I mean,
Let's go with that then. For Dana B's sake, let's go with he made his donation is what
That was it.
like helped cure ALS, because it would have drastically changed Dana Beers' life, and it helped the cause of ALS, but certainly didn't do anything.
I would brag about that a lot more.
Way more.
I cured ALS.
Once we know you would, but once like other people weren't doing it for me, it would be like in my Twitter bio. It would be
You guys
I would introduce
remember that
myself. Hi, I'm Dana B. I cured ALS. Like there would not be a day that goes by I don't get credit for doing that, because everyone was just like, cool, that was generous. Next topic. I mean, that's fucking sick, dude.
The other great gift to mankind was March of 2020, the Nashville tornadoes.
Yes.
And he drove down a 24-pack of Bud Light to them. To all of Nashville.
He brought 24 beers down in the height of
brought COVID to this.
in the height of COVID. Yeah, he spread it.
ALS
He was like
spread COVID.
he was like Columbus spreading smallpox. He landed south of the Mason-Dixon line and just wiped out the South with COVID. I remember that was
gets destroyed. The number one thing you want is to drink a beer with Dana. What else could you possibly want besides that?
That was fucking smart. That was good ass marketing.
Yeah.
That went on to cure ALS.
By the way, is he here or no? Oh, okay. I thought we were waiting for him. His fiance is super hot.
Yeah.
Good for him. I don't think I knew that until right now. That's probably a weird thing to say, but I feel like it's important to note, because Dana Beers is not fat. We need to stop that. I know he fluctuates, and you can tell me like Jonah Hill, like he'll always be fat, but he is currently not fat.
Yeah, okay. That's fair, because I did.
He's fat presenting.
And that I understand. I totally get that. There are people you can be shorter than someone, but that person like looks like babyface or something, so people think you're shorter. Like that kind of shit happens. But in a company where we have literal sections roped off for the obese people, Dana Beers wouldn't even sniff the fat pen. He would not even sniff. He would be like 20th on the list.
We can't let him hear this. This would take away like an hour of the bracket every week.
I said.
You can be fat like in your heart, and you can be fat in your
He
action.
did like shit his pants live.
That's what I mean.
Like,
Not
So
a fat thing. Not a fat thing.
That's I feel like.
Hey, if you've shit your pants, you say it's not a fat thing. The rest of us over here who haven't shit our pants, we say it's a fat thing.
Dude, that's a dietary thing for sure.
I will say this. So first of all, this is going to be the year of the wedding for Barstool. We have at least 3 that'll be happening within the next, 12, 15 months?
Yeah, I mean Marty Rhea, Hubs, Dana,
Fran?
Greer.
Greer?
Oh, it's right.
Wow.
The
Chuck,
machine
I
gun.
think, is getting married at the end of the year.
See, this is what, like, we're so new that we haven't, like, I mean, I was
Leo
the
just got engaged.
Dave got married like right when Barstool New York thing first started. So that was like a little bit of fanfare. But by the time I was getting married, it was like a big thing. It was like the Barstool wedding because it just like hadn't happened and there wasn't going to be any other ones for a long time, you know? And now I feel like it's just a bunch of like 30-something people who are all going to start getting married. But it's like at regular companies, people getting married, it's just like, oh, okay, cool, they got married. And I feel like at Barstool, people are like, whoa, like who's getting, like why? I will say, I've learned now, you know, with Marty and with everybody, but it's like, you're marrying Dana Beers? Like, I'm sure he's a different guy at home, but also you know what he's like when he's not at home, right? Not like he's a bad guy or anything. I'm just saying it's like you're marrying like a dumb golden retriever.
It's like when you're like just like growing up in general. When you're like your friends like I got a job, I'm a lawyer. Like
you? Yes, exactly.
They let you do
like the
civilized things. Like I know who you are.
When you find out who becomes like teachers.
Yes.
You're like,
that girl
don't get
sucking
me
dick
started
last
on
night.
teachers.
Teachers are there's no smart person I went to high school with that's a teacher.
Let's be honest.
They all went to have like really high paying jobs and like whatever. Like
Teachers are like glorified babysitters. And they are very important. They are very important because Lord knows I don't want to watch a bunch of kids during the middle of the day, and they're going to do it. But yeah, I mean,
it depends on the pre-K, yeah, kindergarten, yeah. If you're teaching like 11th grade chemistry or something.
Even like really, let's think about it. Come on, bro. That guy does like the same.
My 11th
You know,
grade
it's like the biology
on
teacher.
fire multiple times. Not once. Multiple times. He's like, I don't know how to do this shit either. You guys figure it out.
Like the you know you in biology you open up the earthworm every year. It's the same shit.
My friend's friend is a teacher, and he's like the last guy in the world you would ever think is a teacher. But it's nice being able to hear the stories of it. Like he was saying, like the way he'll get trolled by like his 7th grade class, where they'll like write down a fake name and be like, "Oh, Johnny Sins," and then he'll be like, "You can't do that," and they'll be like,
Why not?
Who's Johnny Sins? Do you know who that is? It's like an
That's good.
impossible to win.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
I'd get worked.
You almost got to come back over the top and do your own, and then just be like, "What do you mean? I don't know. I thought that was a regular person, you little perverts." Now, because like I said, weddings at Barstool are a little bit of a different thing than at other companies. You run through the problem of who comes, who do you invite. How do you expect to be at any of these weddings?
Oh, wait, in or at them?
At.
Yeah, so I actually had this talk with Dana, and he said I'm right on the borderline. He said we can get a few more one-on-one hangouts in.
Wow. So he's like holding open tryouts.
Yeah, I guess.
Are you interested in that? You want to go to it?
Oh,
so
yeah,
you're gonna
yeah.
like
I love being
you're gonna put in
invited
the
to
so you're gonna put in the effort.
I think I could maybe be at the most Barstool weddings anyone's ever been to.
I
see. I'm not kidding.
Bro, it's just so funny.
Not counting like because like
You're right. By the way, I agree with you, but you take it so seriously, and it means so much to you. I'd be over here, be like, please don't invite people. Please don't." You'll probably go to like all of them, and
Marina and Frankie. That's 2. Those are like the 2 most recent ones I feel now. I mean, I didn't get invited to Roan, but he didn't invite many people. Marty and Reyes I'll be invited to. Hubs I'll be invited to, I think.
Yeah, you were saying this all.
Yeah, no,
really
I feel pretty. I don't know who else.
I mean, I think Hubs, you're co-host with him. I would imagine Marty and Rhea, you guys hang out a lot.
Can we see them in the back right now shaking their heads? being like,
No. I mean, but the thing is, like Dana said, you hit a bubble. You hit like the NCAA tournament bubble where it's like, these are going to be snubs.
Oh yeah.
But then if you include those 4 snubs, then you got to include like 8 more snubs, and then at that point, all of a sudden there's 70 people from Barstool invited.
I've obviously never planned a wedding. I've never understood the border. I think in my head it's so easy.
Yeah, you think that, but it's
Really?
not. Yeah.
I was just.
I remember being like you until I had to do it, and then it's like, oh fuck.
I was at a friend's wedding on Saturday from college, and I was like, the whole time there, I was thinking like, who I'd invite to my wedding, who I want. It's hard. Like even from here. I mean, but here's the good thing. I'm hopefully like 8-10 years away from being married, so some people won't be working here anymore. Or no, now maybe we all will be.
No, I think 8 to 10 years from now, Barstool is just more of a regular company. Maybe not. I don't know. Like I said, when you're just like working at, a big corporation, it's like, I don't know, you invite like the one guy you sit next to and that's it. Nobody fucking cares. At Barstool, it's like everyone thinks we're friends. Everyone thinks, you're a family.
Yeah.
And it's like, what do I
think
invite
that's
all of you?
will be strengthened if we're all working here now for like.
Yeah. Right. So yeah, I would say if we were like Penn,
You guys,
the next 10
I'd
years.
invite both of you.
Oh, I'm not coming.
I'd come. I think I'd invite you.
You think you'd invite me?
Yeah.
I thought it was
No,
obvious.
I'm kidding.
yes.
I would.
I bet if you start to run through the list, you could.
I wouldn't get you a present though.
That's fine.
I think if you started to run through the list right now of Barstool people, you would quickly run into some shit like, maybe not. Because what it is you also have a number. So it's like your family, her family, her, this, that.
That's my issue. What's the point of the number?
Money?
Money.
But it doesn't cost much. It's not a lot of money.
I found out the cost of some weddings recently.
Bro, when
I think you're wrong. And
hear
he probably knows
about
that.
the fucking
I mean, listen, you can be a normal person and it's not and do a cheap place and invite the whole world, or you can be an asshole and want it to be fancy, and then it's like this is gonna be, another fucking $1,000 a person.
But okay, I guess that's the number that I've heard different number. Like I heard people like, oh, it's $100 a plate, $100 a plate. We spent $15,000 on the photographer. So what the fuck does it matter if we throw another table in?
Well, I think it's like I think you can get into like the $300 a plate range, but then that's like literally the food, and then you talk about like open bar, then you talk about cocktail hour, you talk about like it's not just the just that. But okay, so I think this is also a regional thing. I've talked with people from like the South and places where they're like, what? It's specifically like New York, New Jersey, the Northeast is so obnoxious and so ridiculous with weddings that if you have a $300 a person plate and you add a couple more couples, you're talking about all of a sudden quickly thousands of dollars. You know what I mean?
But you do make some of the money back with gifts.
Not a lot of times people don't. A lot of times people.
You never give gifts?
I give
John
gifts.
gives physical gifts like a fucking asshole.
I've only been to like 5. I only get invited to my good friends' weddings, and when I
I've
get
been to 5 weddings.
I don't know the exact
I've been
number,
to 12.
but
I have a list.
How many?
12.
You're such a loser.
but when I go to like my friends' weddings, I'm like, it's not like I'm not like it feels weird to just give them money because I'm like, I know you don't need money. I know you didn't pay for this wedding, so why am I just going to Venmo you $500? That doesn't make any fucking sense to me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it depends. That certainly depends on the situation. I think more and more, a lot of times, people are paying for their weddings. I think, like, again, all regional, but like you can maybe get help from the bride's dad, or sometimes not even that. I think a lot of times people are paying for the wedding and need that get back. They need to make that money back. Or the idea is like this is
if I knew someone paid for their wedding, that would be different. But like the weddings I've gone
I feel like
to,
a lot of
I know
people
you
are
pay for
paying
shit.
for them now.
I would. Yeah. I mean, gone are the days like. If I feel like guys used to be like, oh, I'll save $25,000, $30,000, $40,000 for like my bride's wedding. Like, you ain't cutting it. If you want to do like a nice fucking country club on the water and blah blah blah, like not even close, bro.
Bro, that's nuts. As a dad to be like, I need to save for my daughter's wedding. That's it. Everyone should elope. This is fucking crazy.
It's insanity. Like you can hit 6 figures and it's a very nice wedding, but it's not like, you're just like in New Jersey. You know what I mean? It's like I should be in the fucking Amalfi Coast. Yeah, it's. I mean, I kept saying to myself, I was like, wait, I got to get in on this business somehow. You literally add a zero. Anything that's 50 becomes 500. Anything that's 500 becomes 5,000. Anything that's 5,000 becomes 50,000. It's just like.
If I was someone who had to have like college, if I was a parent who had to have like college savings accounts, and then I also had to have a wedding savings account.
Yep.
I'd murder every man I saw.
That's. I mean, I'm for sure doing that. Like the first thing I did, I was like, I want to have college taken care of, weddings taken care of, and maybe like help with a house or something like that. Those are like the 3 things that I think of that I want them to not have to deal with.
The fact that you sit here not soaked in blood. It's crazy. Like, I'm gonna eradicate men. No one's gonna fucking marry. This is nuts.
It is insane. And I kept waiting for the bubble to burst, and it just doesn't. It just doesn't. There's always some asshole.
It is crazy to spend, 100, whatever.
You could
on
legit buy a house. Yes, it's so.
But
stupid.
also, then the other argument is it's literally, you could argue, the most important day of your life.
Yes, but it's like you.
Is it though?
I think it's the most memorable. It's definitely top
Yeah.
the most memorable.
Okay,
days of
you're
my life.
right, but it also 60% of the time ends
How
up
many-
being like a terrible memory.
Also, yeah.
No, it doesn't.
Also, how
I
many?
love their weddings. I
But 60, I feel like if you got divorced, you probably
No, but like,
would've done it.
even, like
okay.
I still think of my wedding as like it was an awesome wedding, even though it didn't end up working out. The relationship. It's not like I'm like, I mean, part of me is like, well, maybe we should have spent all that money, but like, it's not like the day itself gets ruined. There was still a lot
I
of
really
good
want
moments.
to. I don't want to be married, but I want to have a wedding. The idea of like having all my.
Why don't we do a
friends and
Barstool wedding?
family
Why don't we
just
do?
here,
Why don't we?
like,
Why don't you? Why don't you do
You're
a fake
describing
Barstool
a
wedding?
party.
Yeah,
So
but like,
actually-
giving speeches about me and stuff. Like,
Oh,
that's
okay. This
amazing.
actually works out perfect. I texted Roland last night. I want to do, and it actually really works well for you, given what I just said. I think we should do a Barstool bar mitzvah.
Who would we possibly?
Could you imagine
Giving a
Tommy?
bar mitzvah.
Tommy has to get up there and do either like literally the Torah or something similar to that, or you gotta like do like your speech to get in, and then we do like a typical fucking cheesy DJ. We'll have Dante DJ it. We'll have like the inflatable saxophones.
Speeches.
We'll do the speeches,
Yeah, some speeches.
and you'll become a man. You'll become a like
don't
you've
hate that.
graduated at Barstool. Like you're no longer not alarmingly stupid.
I'm
You
a
are now a man. You're a made man at
A
Barstool.
Barstool bar mitzvah.
Barstool bar mitzvah.
Not a bad idea.
I think that would be so much. Imagine Tommy doing like the cha-cha slide and shit. And the guy, and Dante's like, it's the boy of the hour. Whoa!
I think that's a good idea. I like.
Yeah. We'll do the chair thing. I love it. Maybe, and that's the way to do it without getting married, because you got to get out there and still slay that puss.
Oh, puss needs to be.
The weddings though, man. I mean, like we went all out for mine, and it was awesome, and it was classy and all that shit. I almost thought too much, so I was kind of like, I feel like this is too much, and it's almost like, how did you afford
As
this?
someone who was there with Dave the whole time, he agreed.
Yeah, Dave was kind of like, well, how much am I paying this guy?
Dave was so mad. He's like, how much money does he make? You choose how much money.
Yeah, bro. But I mean, it was this thing where we took whatever her family could help with, and basically I took like my parents' gift. They were like, you can do what you want with this. You can like put it on a down payment on a house. Yeah, or do whatever you. And then we spent like every dime we had. But it was, it was an amazing time. But then like, you know what else? Like you talk about your top 3 memories. The other 2 are probably were like, remember that one time we were like shit-faced at the Parker house and we like fell down the stairs? It's like the other memories you have are
Cheaper.
$0. So anyway, it'll be a big year of Barstool weddings with a ton of drama, I'm sure. Who got invited, who didn't get invited, who showed up, who didn't show up, what gifts were given. Feidelberg would give a blender,
We really haven't
Yeah, right.
had many yet, right? Like at least recently, is it literally just?
No, yeah, I mean, it's just a couple here and there. There was, like I said at the beginning, Dave and me,
Right.
and then it like,
I'm saying like last 5 years, or like
Yeah.
post New York move.
right, because it was a young company, and that
Right.
crop of people is now marriage age,
Francis wasn't working here. Like when he.
Yeah, right.
Real quick before we move off, Dana Beers. There's a topic here. Where is it? Zach Bryan samples Dana B's video.
Yeah.
This is Indy 500 video. This is kind of barely connected to this, but I would like to start some beef. I have beef with Brianna Chicken Fry.
Ooh, I want to defend Brianna Chicken Fry, so this is good.
Okay.
I have something to say too, but I'll wait.
This is very serious beef. She ruined Zach Bryan for me. I can't. I was.
I am going to literally shit on people like you in a second.
Not. It wasn't. It's not ruined, obviously. It's just in my head. I was like, I can't fangirl for like my friend's boyfriend.
Yeah.
Like it
That's
feels.
tough.
Or
That's
boy.
tough.
I don't want to put words in her mouth. Whatever they are.
Right.
I haven't listened to it yet, but I was like, I just feel so like fangirly and lame, being like, this is my friend's boyfriend.
Right. He's great. I love his song. You almost want to be like, whatever, bro. You make music? Whatever, dude.
Yeah, ZP's great.
You ever heard my podcast, dude? Yeah, fuck your music.
I love ZP.
Now, that I do understand. I have over the weekend I knew that there was a lot of like shit being said when they were publicly hanging out, but I don't think I realized like how bad it got. And I know like Dave was saying shit about her, and then Francis took a shot, but that was more like a roast thing. But he took a shot at the award show. But I think she's getting a lot of fucking heat for nothing. You know what I mean?
Okay, I rescind all my
would dig
beef.
that.
I didn't know that.
Like Zach Bryan
Fights
fans.
is one of them.
Zach Bryan fans are like in every. I think it's. Again, I'm hearing through the grapevine. I haven't seen this myself, so I don't know if it's comments on her shit or comments on his shit. But I think she's getting crushed by this fan group that, like, who the fuck are you to decide who you think he should date and who's worthy? And fuck you. And by the way, I don't know. I don't know his music, and I just don't listen to that kind of music. He just blew up, right?
I wouldn't say I'd say the last year has blew up, I guess.
My point being, you're not fucking, Luke Bryan or some shit where like it's like you're new on the scene, you blew up on TikTok, now you have your career. She basically did the same exact thing. Like they're actually like perfect in that sense, It's not like it was some mega celebrity and then Brianna Chicken Fry comes in and it's like, oh, we were standing, I don't know any of the fucking names in this genre. You know what I mean? Like, there's no reason for that fan base to be so, like, militarized already. You know what I mean? It's just like he's new on the scene.
Is it his fans that are?
Yeah, I mean they are. I'm sure it's both ends of it, but I think it's Brianna too. Is like, I'm sure it's a lot of people like in the South who look different and talk different, and Brianna's a different type of person. But get the fuck out of here with that. I will never understand fans who love the artist and then will like shit on the spouse or the family or the whatever else. It's like they chose that person. You should ride for them. You know what I mean? Or not openly go out of the way to fucking trash them.
Chicken Fries, Matt Healy. I like that.
Chicken Fries, EB. I stand it.
I mean, I don't even know where they are at, but I just like fuck that shit. That to me is as lame as it gets. And of course, if you're like famous now and you've had a couple relationships, like people are gonna talk, but to take it to a point where I think she's like, it's become a problem is fucking insane. Like when you're Taylor Swift, I get it. Like that's part of the territory. You're gonna make $1 billion on your tour. There's gonna be some talk about Matty Healy and whatever, all that shit. I think like Brianna Chicken Fry and the new country singer should be able to fucking live in peace and not have to deal with an overwhelming amount of hate. Maybe that's naive by me. It's the internet now. That's like their generation certainly will be that way. But I think you guys are like grade A fucking losers. If you're Barstool fans shitting on Brianna or Zach, or you're his fans shitting, whoever you are, you're fucking losers.
Yeah, I will say to Fights' point, not so much this album, because it obviously like has been done, I'm sure, but it might be a little weird next album where we're listening. It's like, is this about Brianna?
Well, especially. Well,
It's not even. It's just It's just. I'm obviously. I didn't know there was anything real. I'm obviously 1,000% kidding, and we'll be listening to the album.
Canceled. Everybody focus your hate on this guy who didn't even know that Zach Bryan and
it was actually one of those things where, like, in my head, I was like, you're fangirling over Brianna's whatever. And then almost like, I was like, that's kind of funny. Now you have to commit to the bit to not listen to it. So I'm like...
That's how I felt when I saw
what if this guy becomes a fucking megastar and you're like...
I mean, I think I don't think it's a little disconnected from your world.
Yeah.
He is.
But he's new, is what I'm saying. Like, he doesn't have like a catalog of like...
No, he's got
albums.
a pretty good catalog. He like, definitely like in the last year
Something
and a half,
in the
it blew up, but like, Zach Bryan's a megastar.
Well, we're talking like a couple years, right?
Couple of years.
Yeah, probably. I had the same thought when I saw Dana's tweet about this. I was like, I wanted to respond and be like, wow, this must be the closest anyone at Barstool has ever been to like Zach Bryan. Like, wow, you should clip of some guy in your video and it's holy fucking shit, Dana. Your coworker is dating him.
That's very funny. I think he like changed a lyric to a song or something that is supposed to be for her, and that became a thing, and it's just like, then fucking, if you ride for him, then don't be.
Bro, you're on the inside.
I mean, I'm not. I wish I knew more, but I'm only hearing like second and third hands. So I wish I really knew exactly what was going on. But when I heard that, I was like, and I was debating even not saying anything because I was like, she doesn't. I don't need to draw attention to it, and I don't need to defend her. But also, I mean, I don't know. I've been through it myself, so it's like, fuck that, fuck off. Is Frank the Tank here?
Yes.
Is Frank the Tank buying lunch for everybody today and forever from here on out? Because Frank the Tank is about to be rich off of Cameo. We all know.
Still.
Oh yeah, President Kelly's still working on that McDonald's lunch. How hard is it to get a couple bags of McDonald's in here? I don't know, corporate
Can't
Kelly.
figure out how to order McDonald's.
Good vote, America.
President Trump had
Recount.
You see President Trump to the White House when Clemson came? He had it.
McDonald's everywhere.
Got McDonald's for everyone.
McDonald's all over the place.
Corporate Kelly, our brains breaks try to order fucking 3 Big Macs.
Yeah, it is to be fair, like 25 Big Macs.
She was like, I have to call like corporate to do catering.
Gotta approve it
There
with
he is, Frank the Tank. Frankie, how about you do me a favor? Here, you can sit right here. Just grab the stick mic. How about you just pony up the money to get Pete Alonso re-signed, and we don't have to deal with any of this shit because you're going to have that sort of cake if you keep up with Cameo.
Well, I'm starting to wonder if this uncle of yours is all he's cracked up to be.
Of course you are. You've been saying that for fucking years. What has changed between now and like a month ago? And like, of course, nothing's going to change this season.
Millionaire is
We're talking about Cameo.
we're trading, but you're going to trade a guy that's going to hit you 40 home runs a year.
I don't think they're going to do that, but if
They're
they do,
gonna
it's a
trade
big problem.
him. They're going to trade him. And you know what?
And they better get. I mean, if they do, and they get a haul for him.
I'll tell you this. Even though it was false hope and delusional hope, even when the Wilpons were there, I had hope that if everything fell in place.
Are you about to tell me you have more hope under the Wilpons than Steve Cohen? Because you're a fucking moron.
I've never felt more hopeless.
You're so stupid.
I've never felt more
the
hopeless.
dumbest person in America. We'll never see eye to eye on this. But anyway, it's fantasy draft season, which is huge on Cameo.
No kidding.
Your boy Frank.
that was such a good Rich
cackle.
laugh where he's like,
That's some Mr. Burns shit.
that was like an evil like a railroad tycoon in a cartoon.
15K in a week. At that pace, Frank would make $780,000 this year. Now, we do know fantasy football season is a very big time. People call into Cameo and they say, can you announce the draft order? Can you announce who has the first pick? Can you announce what our punishment's going to be for last place? All that sort of shit. So it's kind of Cameo season. So I would imagine you're not doing 15K every week. But you're also, I think you're either one or two top
I've been
Cameo, right?
I've been
you
one
and,
or two.
Robbie Berger?
I had a 13-day stretch where I was number one.
Hell yeah.
And it only ended because of the Barstool Awards.
Why did that end it?
Because I couldn't do it on the bus.
Oh,
Frank,
anything.
I heard you did them on the bus, and then you were churning them out at the cocktail
Frank,
party before.
You should quit your job and just do this. It's a better financial decision. You make more money on Cameo than you at Barstool Sports.
Well,
you should go renegotiate your contract right now.
It's only August. I'm like a tax attorney, like a tax guy in March with the Cameos. It will slow down to a trickle, but I tell you what, it's beating me up. It's
Frank,
hard
we're talking
to
about a
get the mines
$780,000 pace. We're not digging trenches here. We're not working in the coal mines. You get up there and you go, hey man, number one is Jim, number two is Frank, number three is
Bro,
Tom.
Frank, your laugh got rich fast.
Real fast.
Are you randomizing it on like a website, or are you just like choosing based on?
I have a pool shaker, which is a plastic. I didn't bring it, but it's a plastic bottle, and it's got like 16 pebbles in it with numbers. So if there's 12 members, if there's 12 members or there's 10 members, I take the balls, I put a number for each name.
Oh my
shake
God,
it
that
up.
takes so much time.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
And in the background, I'm playing the theme from Hard Knocks, which I now hear every 5 seconds in my life.
It's the sound of money, Frank.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that's the cash money.
But I shake up the pool shaker, and I come up one by one with their numbers.
Do you do like a fun thing with it, or you just like bang, bang, bang? You very
They give me
methodical?
some notes. I'll do some fun things. I'll mock people. I'll say choose wisely. Don't be like Billy and Epper.
When I was doing it, when I was at my brokest and I needed money, I was doing Cameo. It is like if you have a bunch to get through, it can be like Jesus Christ. Like
I did 69 yesterday.
That's a dude. That like no. That's a lot to like. If you do it well, if you just fucking mail it in, whatever. But if you want to keep doing it and you have energy and you want to be like, yo, what's up? Blah, blah, blah. You do fucking 10 of those in a row, you're like, I don't want to do this anymore. If you do 40, 50, 60 in a row, that shit does
Yep.
Way
Yeah,
on you.
I
You're
did.
not taxed on it.
I did.
Yeah, I was gonna say you mentioned the accounting.
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah.
You gotta.
Yeah.
Are you putting that money to the side?
You, huh?
Yeah. the
But
tax-
you're making. Yeah, you don't go spend that because
No.
then tax season you're fucked.
Yeah.
Okay.
The tax man's gonna.
Frank, if I could offer you some financial advice, spend it. And then when tax season comes, you can push it next year.
Any big purchases so far? So you bought that like bottle crushing machine.
Yeah, well, that was.
Fucking sick.
That wasn't that expensive.
What's a bottle crusher?
It's exactly what it sounds like.
to smush your garbage so that it's smaller.
And I got.
Bottles or cans?
It's only for cans. I got
I guess when
tired.
you're the soda man, you know.
Yeah, I got tired of all my of having to take the recycling out every day. So.
So now you can just let it stack up.
how many Diet
So you
Cokes-
just put it in and ka-chink, and then you
Yeah,
put the
watch
you
this.
put the little guy away.
Yeah.
How many of those you whack in a day, Frank?
Probably about 6, 7 if I'm home.
6, 7 Cokes in a day.
Pepsi.
Do you do Coke Zero?
I do Pepsi.
Pepsi.
Pepsi Diet Pepsi.
Diet. Coke Zero to me, fucking 99% of the way to regular Coke.
Frank,
I'm a Pepsi drinker, so I like.
But does Pepsi Zero
Yeah.
live up to the?
I like Diet Pepsi better.
Okay.
could we get, let's say it's a 6-person league. Say me, Kevin, Tommy, Ken, Jack, Francis, and Hubs are in a league. Could you draft us? Or whatever, order us?
Just do the three of us right now. Do whatever order and give us what you would how your cameo would be.
All right.
3, 2, 1.
Alexa, hit the theme from Hard Knocks. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. All right, guys, this is your 2023 NFL draft. You know, the draft is coming. It's coming fast. And your league name is KFC Radio. That's right, KFC Radio. You know, I see a lot of feeble names here. Let's go. I'm going to randomize the names, shake up the names, right? With the number 1 pick, fights!
Bang! I knew it! I fucking knew it!
You go one to. You start it.
Yeah, no, wait. You got to start it the other way. Start with the number 1 pick.
If they ask for it to be descending, I'll do it descending.
But your default would be the number 1 pick.
Yes.
I think
You
that's.
got to build the drama.
No, I think I like that.
But first,
I mean, the real drafts are that way.
first
to
out
be
of the
fair,
bottle.
but-
That's why I do it. That
Okay.
way.
Okay.
The real drafts though, that's when people are selecting. This is just to.
Yeah, the lottery is actually always
If
the
they,
other way. Yeah.
if they ask for descending, I'll do it descending.
Okay.
But
You got to be out of your mind to ask for ascending. But anyway, keep going.
shake it up. All right, the number 2 pick goes to KFC.
Ah, Mr. Irrelevant.
That is.
Tommy Smokes.
and
What was this?
and the 3rd pick goes to Tommy Smokes.
Nice.
Choose wisely no matter where you pick. Don't be feeble. Don't be like Billy Epler and fuck everything up for the next century. Let's fucking go. Have a great season and good luck in your fantasy league.
How much? And how much is that?
I'm charging 50 right now.
$50.
Hey,
That
Well,
was, that was well worth $50.
I'm thinking about raising my price to $69.86.
Yeah.
I like
very
that.
Nice. I like the 86 twist.
Yeah, that's. You would think that'd be a perverted thing. Nope, it's just Frank loving baseball.
If you're in a 12-team league, that's $5 a person to
Yes.
chip in for.
No brainer.
Yeah. I mean that is why. These things are why people do fantasy sports. You know what I mean? For like the fun of it and all that shit. Now, real quick, why did you order it the way you did right here? Did
I
you like
just-
who you like best to least?
I was trying to like randomize it in my head.
Okay. Tommy
I think you did a great job.
naturally came in last.
I know. I think Frank likes me the most, so he was the most comfortable putting me.
Oh, classic spin zone.
It's a great spin.
Classic.
Great spin.
Now, if you, I mean, I don't want to, you don't have to drop your government salary here, your W-2s, but, how many times a year do you have a big week like this?
August.
So it's just one time a week one time a year that'll be this big.
Yeah.
But around do you get ones around like Father's Day?
Yeah, I get
Christmas.
I get surges on Christmas. I get surges on graduation time.
And are those like $15K in a week?
Christmas.
Or those-
No.
No. Okay, so this is the biggest.
Yeah,
But you get a few thousand
it's
bucks,
good. It's a
whatever.
good number.
Yeah.
But not insane number.
So, the last how many years have you been at Barstool now?
3 years full time.
How many years total?
6.
Okay, yeah, that makes more sense. I mean, your life has drastically changed in so many ways, but I would imagine going from government job court clerk to making, $15K in a week on stool scenes or whatever it's called, Cameo, is, things are probably very different from Frank the Tank.
Yeah, as I said, don't give up your dream. I mean, I took broadcasting in college hoping to do something like this, and
Finally
that
did it.
didn't come up. And finally, after a long time switching. I kind of gave up. I took the civil service exam and ended up as a court clerk for 16 years. And
never give up, like Jimmy V said. But aside from your can crusher, what has been the biggest purchases over the come up of?
I have at the Chicago Card Store a show I went to last month, National Card Show. I got a 1972 a Miami Dolphins helmet that was autographed by about 25 members of the 1972 undefeated Dolphins team, including Don Shula, Larry Zonka, Bob Greasy. All the big names are on there.
Is that your prize
How much did that run you?
$3K.
$3K. Imagine if they played 16 games that season.
That's a day for you.
Taking shots. What do you think of that?
You know, I looked at it, and that's actually I said, you know, this is 2 days of Cameo. What the hell? I'm going to get it.
Money to burn, baby. Frank's still spending money.
Like,
No.
Not counting like minor league baseball games.
No,
like
no.
A luxurious vacation.
Not really. I'm gonna see if I can maybe go to the Dolphin game in Germany in November.
Forget about sports for a second, though. Like, would you go on like a vacation to like a 5-star resort and just like pamper yourself and lay on the beach and all that kind of shit, or is that not your style?
Not my style. I'd rather go.
Is there anything non-sports?
I'd rather go on go to place. Well, I want to visit all 50 states eventually.
Right.
So I want to go. I'll go to a place and I want to see like the historic sites.
What about maybe like a Yellowstone Park?
I've
A
been
little outdoors, plus it's historic, you know?
My parents live 70 miles from Yellowstone.
Oh, that's right, North Dakota, right? So
They live in Idaho, but they
Idaho,
live like 70 miles from.
right. What about
Yellowstone
your
Park.
Native American family?
Well, that's only an adopted children for my cousins.
Yeah, Frank has Native American cousins.
I did not know that.
Wow.
Yeah, I remember the first time that came out. It was just in like a live stream. It had no business coming out, and I was just like, what? I was on a live stream with Coley, and he was like, well, you know, the Native American cousins. I was like, what's going on here? Nobody better than you, Frank, so keep it up, man. And
Speaking of historic sites, do you want to know one I was at recently that I feel like should be a way bigger deal? In Brooklyn is the very first battle of the Revolutionary War.
ooh.
Wait,
really?
Yes, we were doing like a.
That was in like
What guess
near
like
Massachusetts.
Gettysburg. Well,
No, it was the Battle of Red Hook. It was the scene out of order where I was in the water, and we were kind of hanging out while everyone was getting cameras ready, and I saw like a decent sized like square thing, and I
Is that
walked
the
over.
shot heard around the world? Isn't that what
No,
started?
that was
that was in
that was
Concord,
like
right?
Boston massacre.
Yeah, I thought that was the thing that he
Maybe it's
fired
not.
the first shot.
First of all, it's just what the thing said. I don't
Yeah.
know. If the history is different,
Well,
not me, but
if I'm not mistaken, we got our ass kicked in New York. Yeah, that's why.
Got our ass
said-
kicked
they
everywhere.
said in Hamilton.
until
That's-
France showed up.
That's why. that's why when the Declaration of Independence was signed, it was 12 in favor, 1 abstained. New York abstained because of how bad it was that the British were really like ruled in New York. You know, the
We're
overlords.
kind of like, I don't know, we got a good thing going here. Don't fuck it up. All right. Well, if the people want to book you, it's just Frank Fleming on Cameo or Frank the Tank.
Yeah, NJ Tanky looked me up on Cameo.
You can look them up. $60.
You know where to
69.
find 'em.
And listen,
Yeah,
you know
well,
what?
they have a
If you don't, whatever.
They have a
someone else
listed
will.
leaderboard. I'm on top. I'm always near the top of the leaderboard.
Frank, you know what I say? Do it right now. Up your price, $69.86. If people are gonna pay $50, they'll pay $70. It's a fun thing for them. They're gonna do it. They're spreading it around 12 guys. You deserve it, Frank.
Thanks.
Okay. Good stuff, Frank. We'll get into Jack Mac in a second. But
do the dozen.
Oh. There you go.
oh well, you know what? Instead of Jack Mac, since you brought up the dozen, we'll bring up Jeff D Lowe here. There was an incident that can either be completely innocuous or it could be an incident. We're not sure. And we just need more details on it.
I'm perplexed by this.
Jeff D Lowe and Kirk went to dinner.
Yes.
Solo.
The two of them.
Just the two of them.
Yes.
And the bill was split.
Yes.
Now the Minifans went on their like wrap-up show. Is that what that was?
I think so. I don't know
The
exactly.
Minifans have like a show about the Kirk Minhanes show, I believe, and that's where they said they were asking how big was the tip, and they said how much did each guy tip,
I think the waiter was on the show, which is why I always give a big tip.
Yeah, because you never fucking know. Okay, that makes more. I was like, why is this even a thing? Okay, let's run the clip.
That's that Mick worth ethic.
The tip was extremely generous by both of them, beyond 20%.
Nice.
Very nice of them.
Wait, they split the bill?
So that was a little odd. Split the bill.
Oh, that's a weird move.
That is shocking.
That's a weird move.
They split the bill.
Split the bill.
I would put two buddies
down the
going
middle.
on
Two credit cards.
More tips for you. That's that Mick. That's that Mick.
So
Weird to split.
Well, here's
Okay.
my thing. I think you guys don't know. Do you guys not know that Jeff and Kirk went to Springsteen together? Okay.
Now-
So this is
I
before
did not know
Springsteen.
that. All I knew was they went to dinner together and they
My
split the
thing
bill
would
and
be-
people acted like it was the crazy.
if I went to a concert, my thing would be if you bought the tickets, I would buy dinner.
That's what I'm the only reason I can think that this would be a big deal is Kirk bought the tickets.
Jeff quote tweeted and said this was a misplay by Jeff. I should,
Right.
which makes me think that's
what I was
Kirk
thinking.
might have gotten like $1,000 seats, and then
If
you
Kirk,
can't pay for the $300 dinner.
which I suspect because of Jeff's reaction and their reaction, if Kirk did get the tickets, that's insane by Jeff D Lowe to split the bill.
I mean, you have our chat.
I was gonna say
Kirk's got to pay for that 100 times out of.
I think that if you're at a work thing, even if that's not a work thing, but that's a work.
Yeah.
I think if there's a person with a considerably higher net worth or salary, I think that person pays.
I don't
Like it.
so.
If,
Not if they got the tickets. If you take me to an event, the night's on me. If you got the tickets to an event, I got beers, I got dinner.
You should do that. Like you should, protest and be like, no. But I would be like, bro, it is okay. I mean, like I'm also talking like if I took a younger person here.
Yeah.
Like, and there's a great discrepancy, I would be like, it doesn't matter that I got the tickets and the dinner. I do not need $125 from you. And I know that means like a lot more to you than it does to me. So I'm getting the tickets and I'll get your drinks. Like it's just on me because like
is Kirk? I imagine he's you're richer than
now. So this no, I don't think so.
Really?
That stock price ain't doing too good, fellas. Yeah, that stock price did not hold up in time for me. But I think that now there's another wrinkle of Kirk's wealth came like prior.
Yeah.
At Barstool, I don't know. I have no idea what those guys' salaries are, but maybe it's a little more comparable. So then it's like, well, now we're kind of equals. But in the past, I was number one. He'll tell you 16 share or whatever for like 20 years. So he got a lot of money. I think. We got Jeff on the phone? Yeah. Okay. So let's, rather than just talk in circles here, we'll get the exact details from Jeff D Lowe. Lay it on us. Who bought what and why is this weird?
Stupid. Why did I just call in via phone? What a stupid move that was. Anyway, go ahead.
Let it rip, pal.
What's the topic?
So we're kind of torn between. Did Kirk get you the tickets to the show?
It was Kirk invited me to join the tickets. I do believe the tickets got to him from someone else. I don't know. I couldn't think of the whole tab.
The plot
I got. Kirk was. I'm not blaming Kirk here. He was quick on the let's split, and I froze, and I went, yeah, sure, shouldn't have done that.
If
So-
Kirk,
Well, Kirk's also setting you up to do that, probably knowing him. That sick fuck. He probably wanted you to split so that he could do this.
did you offer what
well,
you
so
froze
we
and just
had
accepted?
lunch.
Sorry to say.
Yeah, we had lunch together earlier the day after me and Brandon did his show, and I went through it for the card. He goes, no, just we'll get at this. We'll get at the stadium, and then we ended up splitting. We ended up splitting because I just froze. It was just bad etiquette. And actually,
Wait, hang on. I don't know why are you? Because he got the tickets. You think you have to pay for dinner?
Actually, I don't even think people said the tickets. I don't even think it was about the tickets. He got lunch. I should have got dinner.
Oh, so you guys did two meals in a day.
I felt so guilty.
Okay, because I was wondering why you said, Jeff, fuck this one.
No, and I was out with friends for drinks like later in the weekend, and I just picked up. I was like, guys, threw my card. I'm like, whatever. I had so much shame. And actually, the worst part was, I was like, fuck. Now I gotta buy him a drink in the stadium or something. And so I was like, we went to the bathroom before we walked down into Foxborough or into Gillette, and we went to the bathroom, and I'm like, all right, I got to run out of here and beat him, and I got to get the water and the soda. And I had one of the longest pees of my life. And I go up, and he's already swiping his card. I'm like, fuck.
So he got you 3 times and was probably thrilled to be like, Jeff D Lowe didn't pay for one thing all weekend. I think.
Yeah.
I think it's if there's a lot of wrinkles here because if he got the tickets for free. I think it's more about the tickets than it is the previous.
I think if you got the tickets, you get the credit for whatever the price is.
That's fair too. It's like, hey, these would not be here without me.
Right.
So either I paid for them, or my work that I did all these years ago put me in a place to get the tickets.
For me, the tickets will be offset. Like I'll get them like some Springsteen, or I'll send them something just because I'd say like it's. Because the $50 dinner doesn't offset the tickets in any way. That was the dinner was offsetting the lunch for me. So like I got something to thank you and like a little something for the tickets. But
okay,
yeah,
so when it happened,
and the server was a fucking Minihane too. He's a big nice guy too. It was one of those things. It's an ultimate combination.
Was there any did Kirk give you a face or anything like? Okay.
No.
Okay.
No.
So this wasn't. So I misinterpreted your quote tweet. This wasn't a thing. Your quote tweet was kind of the start of it.
Yeah.
Well, wait. Let me interrupt on that because the server was on Mike and the Minifans and said the splitting of the bill was a little bit of a thing. So I don't know if that was for you guys, or if the server took it and said like, what the fuck is this?
No, if he noticed, if he would have, if the server said it was a thing, maybe he would have noted. I think his name was Dave, I do believe. I think he would have, like, I missed it then if he said something. So I was like, oh man, when I saw the quote tweet. But yeah,
well, I think he said something on that show. I don't think in the moment he would have gone, you cheapskates are splitting. But after the fact, he might have gone, oh shit, I
was more distracted. There was a guy who came up to Kirk mid-dinner and was like, were you on radio at some point? Do I know you from somewhere? And he's like, nah, I get that a lot. I do look like a guy. And the guy just refused to believe it and kept really creepily coming up to us. And at the end of the dinner, he just looked at Kirk. He just put his hand on the table. He's like, I wish you the best, sir. I wish you the best. He just creepily walked away. That was very upsetting and alarming. Yeah.
That's probably the right thing to say to Kirk.
I'm just texting with Kirk. I think he's going to call in, so maybe we can get his side of the story. I think
I love this show.
Yeah, it's the best. It's so stupid, but I love it. I think I could go like either way. He said, "Give me 2 minutes." I think it could go either way on all of these things. I think two meals in a row feels a little bit like, shit, I got to do something here. But again, I do think there's this element of like, Kirk is 50 years old. He's had a very successful career. I think he can afford a couple meals. Not that Jeff can't afford it either, but like
I can afford to buy Kirk a $30 thing of bolognese.
Totally. So my point being that both people here, we're not talking about a $1,000 dinner at some Michelin star restaurant. We're not talking about guys who are either filthy rich or stupid poor. It's all just a matter of the principle of the issue. So
Which is why I think splitting is not that crazy.
Yeah, so maybe that's
because there
maybe
is
that's the way to do it.
we're talking in circles of who should have paid, where you can make an argument for both. I don't know, just fucking split it.
Do you think that there are, if it was Dave Portnoy, does it make a difference? Like, is there a scenario where it does become absolutely crazy that you split?
I think Dave would be insulted if you offered to like split it.
So that's where I think that Kirk might, but Kirk was the one who offered. So I'm like, I don't know. I wouldn't be insulted, but if one of the young guys here was like, I got the bill, I'd be like,
you are on the phone. I did offer to throw my card down after I thought Dave was going to murder me after he made him ride the roller coaster at Disney. He kind of laughed. I was like, can I pay for the pizza at least?
I mean, that's a gesture that is always appreciated.
I get a big hearty no from him on that one.
Yeah, that's a gesture that I appreciate, but I'm always like, put your fucking card away. It's okay.
With both of them, I would 100% offer to pay.
Knowing they're gonna,
because it's basically everything I do. I just do so people can't talk bad about me.
Yes,
right? And
yes,
I'm like,
cover your bases.
I'm like, I know what these motherfuckers.
But I almost think that it would almost be the opposite, where he'd look at you and be like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
He would, but I would make sure
because I could see the other side of it. Like nobody even fucking offered to help with the bill, you know. Now, but the reason I think it got to a point with Dave. It's been that way with Dave since like even pre-Chernin when he was just making money. Now it's like. We all know Dave's going to pay, and we're, but that's where he's like, don't get up and leave early. Like, at least you don't have to pay, and I never expect you to pay, but at least have some common courtesy. Say thank you.
My biggest Dave misstep, I remember, it's one of those things like, if I could go back in time and do anything, I'd go back to this day and
Wow.
do this differently. I wouldn't kill a baby Hitler. I would go back and do this day differently. We were driving. We'd been doing the Blackout Tour forever, and we were all gassed. I think it was me. I think Devlin was in the car, probably Zolo, whatever. We're in the Silverado with the fucking wagon.
Yeah.
Dave's driving from Boston to somewhere. I forget where. And we pull over at a rest stop to get gas. And like we all hadn't slept in like days, and we're like just kind of like slumped in the car. We had like picked Dave up.
Yeah.
And he was like, I'll drive. And
Oh no.
we get to we pull up, we stop for gas, and there's like a pregnant pause for a second.
Oh yeah.
And no one gets out, and Dave goes, guess I'll get the fucking gas too.
Oh,
he goes,
no.
I'll pay for it, I'll pump it, I'll drive. And I was like, fuck, I should have fucking pumped that. God damn it.
I mean,
I feel like the driver usually, it's just like,
Yeah.
the driver pumps the gas.
I think you have an argument to be made. I think if it was anybody else, okay, we'll come back to that. Kirk, Seamus, Minihane, are you on the show? You there?
I am. So you got me?
Yes. So we were just kind of wondering the circumstances of this.
Well, 1 second. 1 second. I got your text, and if this is one of these things, like I'm always wanting to be the bad guy, but if you're making me the bad guy in this situation,
No.
this is fucking ridiculous.
No, not at all. Not at all. I actually was saying,
okay.
I think, I guess you said you wanted to split, and did you expect Jeff to be like, no, or like, did you do it earnestly?
Well, quick backstory. So we got tickets for the Springsteen show. We went Thursday night. Through the show, we have tickets, great seats. Jeff does the show in Boston with Brandon on Thursday, the day after the Barstool thing. So I take Jeff to lunch, no problem, right next door. I pay for lunch. He's like, oh, I'll get dinner. I was like, great. So we go to dinner. It turns out that Minihane is the waiter. So I was worried I know Jeff's a good guy, but I was going to like over tip this guy.
Makes sense.
So I was like, I don't want Jeff to tip this guy like just even 20 or 25%.
Got it.
So I said, let's just split it. And he was like, yeah, right away. He said yes, like so quickly that it was like, I was like, you even remember that you were going to offer to pay for dinner? Like, what the fuck? So it's no drink. He didn't drink. The dinner was like $50, but like he split it like right. And I'll also add this caveat: at the show, I bought him a bottle of water for like $6.
Yeah, well, we did cover that as well.
I did mention that. You beating me out of the bathroom was a disaster because I mean, you swiping the card, it was over. I was like, fuck.
So did you guys give the same tip, or did Kirk, you make sure to give a bigger one than Jeff?
Jeff gave a really good tip. So it was literally like, I think it was like $52, right, Jeff? Yes, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I remember Jeff kind of groaned when he saw the bill and he rolled his eyes. So I was like, all right, let's split. So it was $26 each, I think. I think Jeff gave like $20. He gave a really good tip.
Okay. All right. That does make sense. Though.
That's
You're
good,
like,
no?
I gotta make sure this Minihane is covered.
My only point was like I have like he has like stuff behind his set. And like there's like the ticket stuff will be offset with like a thank you and something else. Like the dinner wouldn't have offset like the tickets to the show. That was my main
Did
point.
you pay for the tickets?
I knew I blew it on the split, but that doesn't like even if I pay for the whole meal, it doesn't like offset going to like a Unreal concert. So
did you pay
that
for
was
those
my main
tickets,
point.
Kirk, or was that on the alarm?
No. I got them comped. No. But I got them through. I mean, it was through my talent. It was through the guy who
that's
loves
kind
my
of what
work.
we said. You did earn those in a way. So let me ask you this:
Okay.
forget about previous lunch, all that shit. If you get the tickets to a concert, do you think that the other person should be on the hook for the drinks, the dinner, whatever else accompanies that event?
Yes, normally yes. But I'll also say I'm older than Jeff. Like, I'm sure in my life I've accrued more financial success than Jeff. So I'm honestly happy to do it. I like Jeff. He's a good friend of mine. So I have no problem doing that. That's not an issue. But yes, I think normally, like put it this way, the circumstances have reversed. I would have definitely obviously offered to pay for the dinner and everything. Right. So, but Jeff came to Boston that next morning. He took the Uber over to Watertown to do the show. Got up early. So I really it all kind of equals out. I can't make a big deal out of it. I'd like
all
to.
right. That all makes sense. It's just funny because there's a lot of wrinkles of you would do work together.
Kirk was begging me to get him crumble cookies, and I said no. It's true. It was.
Well, I'll tell you. I will tell you the lowest moment of my life professionally happened at that dinner, though. Dune 2 got pushed back, and then Jeff said to me, "Hey, I need to take a picture with a sad face. Can you take the picture of me for me?"
And that was the lowest moment of my life, not just my career, my life. I was like looking around, like, what am I participating in? Why am I doing this? That was worse than. I was almost worried Bruce was gonna walk by and be like, what's going on with you, man? Like, I was the whole thing.
Look at these losers.
Practical jokers.
Just like sad. It was just a sad. Right, it was a sad moment.
How was the show? What is it, like your 50th time seeing Springsteen?
My 70th. I saw him again a couple
Holy
nights later. I took
shit.
my son Harry to see him the next night. A couple nights later. Unbelievable.
Bro, there's a lot of crazy things about Kirk Minhanes. Going to see a guy 70 times would be the craziest. And you've tried to kill yourself. I mean, that's nuts. That is fucking insane.
Well, I mean, I love it. It's my religion. It was great. Jeff had a great time. It was just
All right, Jeff, are you a Springsteen guy, or was this like Kirk introducing him?
That was my 8th time seeing him.
Oh, okay. All right. So this was two guys, jerking off to the boss. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Well, we've cleared it up.
You still got it. Too.
I have another Kirk. I know you're looking for a producer. I saw John.
Oh, yeah.
Threw his hat in the ring. Do you think he has a real shot?
Yeah, I mean, I think I don't know if this is like I know John Rich's life is like these weird like bits, so I don't know if this is some bit. I have really no interest in participating in something like that.
Well,
but if he's serious,
I don't want to sewer the guy, but he was a meth addict.
Right, that's true. That's
one
true.
of his best.
I mean, he was committed to it for sure.
Well, listen, he does. Out of everybody here, he does. He's at least trying around here. You know what I mean? He's around for everything.
That's what everyone says.
Yeah. So now
I was wondering the same thing as Kirk, though. I was like, is he like moving his life?
I was gonna say, are you gonna? Yeah, he's got.
That's what I'm wondering.
You wouldn't have a guy remote. Obviously, you need someone on the scene, right?
No.
Yeah.
We had an unbelievable show last night. One of the producer candidates came out of the closet during the show, called his parents, and told him he was gay.
Wow.
So, I mean, everyone's kind of stepping it up here.
Wow.
I don't know what John Rich is going to do. But.
John's got to get back on meth.
Yeah. Well, that's all. Yeah, maybe
he got to call his parents.
Maybe he can be a meth addict and he produces your show.
John Rich I've noticed John Rich is a big reply guy on Twitter. I'm like, the Minifans are gonna.
Well, so that is one of the notes we have here is that he's fighting all the other producer hopefuls in the comments. That's a negative?
Well, it's a positive. I just mean for his own mental health. I'm all for it, but can this guy handle this being his life day in day out? To your point, like Tom was saying, is he going to move to Boston? How's that going to work? Is he still going to produce the rundown?
Right. Also,
I'm open to he's going to produce on Friday. He's going to come down on Friday and produce a show. So
okay, so you're going to have a test run and see how that goes. Because I'll say this.
Yeah.
There's a couple people who is very hard to work at Barstool Sports, work for. And Dave is obviously at the top of that list. The thing about Dave, though, is you also get to go to the Sports Illustrated Top 50 Models party, and you're in the club and on private jets. Kirk is just berating you endlessly, and you're next to Blind Mike. It's not exactly the biggest perks in the game, you know.
Right, and everything goes right. You get to go to a live show, the drive-in movie theater.
Right, you get a certificate to Milton's for a new suit. Not exactly.
Right, yeah.
Oh, he is here. Okay, so we'll bring John on. He's about to hop on. But here, I guess use this mic.
Cool.
Kirk's
What's up, y'all? Kirk. 1 second, let me get my headphones.
Yeah. We were asking, are you going to move to Boston potentially for this producer gig?
If he wants me to, if it's good for the show.
Really?
I will. Yeah, I'm going for it.
Okay.
I'm going for it. I think it'd be an awesome opportunity. Honestly, Kirk, I like you a lot. He's always been really cool to me. So,
okay.
Fuck it. Why would I not want to work for
Well, he just said that he thinks your life is a lot of bits, that you do a lot of bits, and he doesn't want to be a part of that. What do you say to that?
I do a lot of bits, but I guess this isn't a bit. It admittedly started as a bit. I threw that out there thinking that there was no way I would be considered and that I wasn't qualified enough.
Ooh.
But then about
not helping your cause here, bud.
I'm being completely honest with you. And then about an hour after, when I realized, you know what, maybe I have a shot. I'm a smart guy. I can learn how to do things. I've been watching some Roadcaster tutorials.
Okay.
Trying to learn the ins and outs.
Your
I think I.
Well, yeah, I would. Yeah, that's fine. No problem. I would say I've asked a bunch of people at the company, uniformly, with one notable exception. Everyone has sung his praises. I will say that.
Who did not?
Yeah.
That's fine. I mean, no reason against that. But I'm just saying, it doesn't matter. But
you can't
overall,
come in and drop that bomb, you son of a bitch. Who was it?
I forget. Honestly, I forget. My mind's a blank on that one. But
like everyone says he works hard. He's a good kid.
You know what
the
this is?
rundown
This
way
is the
better.
beginning of the mental torture. This is what he does to people.
No,
He's going to break you
no,
down and
no,
make you
no.
think about that all night now.
That's
No,
fine.
no, no,
I
no, no.
can be broken
No,
down.
he's welcome. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes Friday. But I mean, like, he seems like a good guy. So, but like, yeah, logistically, who the hell knows? But I'm totally open to it. We'll see what happens because I mean, I'm sick of paying Cullinane to literally do friggin' nothing at this point. He's doing nothing.
I mean, he would
sits
have
there
to
and
be a
just stares
step
at the
up
wall.
from Cullinane, so.
Yeah.
I mean, but like, literally, he's watching another guy produce the show that he's leaving. I'm paying him for another month. He just sits there and stares at people. So I would like to get him. I'd like to get him out and get him replaced. So yeah, I would like to do that.
All right, we'll see how it shakes out.
Yeah. Honestly, Kirk, I'm looking forward to it. If you think it'd be
John,
a good
enjoy.
fit.
I imagine you'll be taking Jeff to lunch today. So enjoy that because he's not paying for that. So yeah, enjoy.
Well, I'd be happy to do that. I'll take you to lunch, Kirk. It's on me.
Okay.
Okay. Well, we won't be doing that. But all right, guys.
Sounds good.
All right. All right, thanks to Kirk and Jeff. Let me get that back.
There you
Thanks to Kirk, Jeff.
And John. I think I am trying to think if is this working? Can you hear me? That there it is.
Yeah.
I am trying to think if John Rich and Kirk would work out. And he does work like a dog, and that's really what you just need a dog, like a dog you can beat is what like guys like Kirk and Dave need, and you can beat John Rich. So the rest of it is like you have to learn how to literally. Yeah, Tommy's been beat by Dave literally and figuratively.
Yeah, you could beat. I think John Rich could take. But I also feel like John Rich I feel like he likes the office camaraderie here. Too.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, what does he do for? Would he be the first remote?
Tungsten? No. I mean, we had moved to Chicago.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
One last thing before we wrap up here. I know we're running over a little bit of time here, but I wanted to do this because we have to close the books on the award show. Oh yeah, there's no yak today, but still, we don't have to go over. Jack Mack. Is Jack Mack here? Let's get Jack Mack in because Jack Mack put up a TikTok and I think a couple pictures saying I'm not invited to the award show. So I think he was like live tweeting it or covering it as like a fan at home watching on the TV. But this year, Jack had the second most views in the entire company. So you would think that guy would be a part of the award show. Now, to be fair, the award show was 20-year culmination, not the 2022-2023 season.
As far as the award show was considered, the last 10 years didn't happen.
Yeah, there was. I mean, Mike Welker was on stage more than a ton of superstars at Barstool right now. So, but I think it's a larger point about Jack Mack right now. Jack Mack is absolutely crushing, and I think people still think of him as like not content or something like that. So I think there is. Here he is. I think there's.
Disrespect.
Yeah, there's a literal thing about the award show, and then there's also a bigger discussion. I think. So wait, is
We don't
this
need the headphones anymore.
Oh yeah.
is this is my plugged in mic working? My lav mic working?
Yeah.
Okay.
I only heard the last few things about what you said.
We just
Yeah,
had this.
yeah.
Jack Mack not on the show because the second most views. Were you surprised you weren't invited to the show?
No, like when I was walking over, I think you nailed it on the head. Like
Yeah.
I'm sure there was just a list
There
that
were.
like
There was
somebody.
a lot of cuts.
Yeah, that somebody just like went through, and then I just wasn't on the list. Which I mean, truthfully, not that big of a deal to me, but it is a good way to it was a good storyline. Yeah.
So that's what I was gonna say. Listen, if,
Like, I
if
wasn't-
the award show was a real show, and it was like who has the most views of the year, and Jack Mack's not there, it would be stupid.
Who's
but it was a
worked the
fake.
least hard and
Yeah. So it was fake to begin with, and then there was a lot of.
Yes.
It was basically like if you're not presenting, winning, or working, you're not gonna come. So why would you be there? But it was like a who's who of Barstool and everyone on the list, and then the guy who's got several 100,000 followers this past year and millions of views is not there. So I think your fans were probably like, what
And
the
then
fuck? And
also, I mean, it was just a great way to, I did go to we had a brand event that night at MSG with PFL, which is they sponsor a lot of Barstool Sports, Spinning Backfist and whatnot. And the TikTok that I talked about not being invited to the award show was a TikTok pretty much promoting them.
Cool.
So it was
you
like,
actually got
all
some
right,
value out of
I
it.
was actually walking to there, and then I was like, wait, I know how to make like a vlog of this even more enticing.
Yep.
Because nothing against the PFL, on my main account, there's not a lot of MMA fans, so I was like, how do I bring them in? But I mean, I understand, like I'm sure there was somebody who made the initial list, looked through everything, and then my name's underneath, like not in the talent category, so they probably made the list, and then they made cuts from there.
Well, so that's the question though. Do you feel slighted that you're not in the talent category?
Yes, 100%, but I mean, like that's a conversation that me personally, I could have and ask for.
So here's what I think. I think you're in a shitty spot and a good spot. You're in a shitty spot because I don't think you can do anything to get like Dave to like shift his perception of like what Dave thinks of you, like when you start almost is like he's gonna
I do
think of you
think
as,
there
like,
is something
social and I think he'll look at the views and be like, okay, he's killing it, go ahead. But I don't think he'll ever be like, yo, we need to focus on like getting Jack Mack more sponsors and like blah blah blah.
Yeah,
because he's just like Jack Mack is
No,
not
100%.
you know. But what you do have out of that is you have a ton of followers and a ton of views while still getting to play this like underdog card, which is
Exactly.
Because
So
usually if you're killing it, you're like, you can't do that because it's
Exactly.
like, you're gonna be humbled. You can be like, I got 600,000 followers, nobody fucking talks about it. And then it, you know.
So, and then obviously, like you said, and I was walking, as I was walking over, you were kind of hitting on it. 100% I agree. And the the play there was the underdog card.
Yeah.
And it was like, rally some people. Was I actually on Wednesday night like so mad? No. Was I slighted by it? 100%. Like I took it personally. Yeah. But like people take things. And then also, I agree with you on the Dave thing. But the biggest thing is here. It's like the company whole purpose is to make money. So if I don't have a massive sponsor like, oh, we want to work with Jack Mack, then it's like, there's a thing to.
Yes, but like, content can't control dollars.
100%.
At least right now. I would love a world where we can like be hands-on. Because it's like I do all this work and then we hand it to somebody and then they're not doing anything with it. What you
100%.
can control, you're doing better than almost anybody right now, and it's not.
Yeah.
Also, it's a little weird what we do because it's like it's like easy to do. People think it's just like
No, I know,
and it's not, but it feels that way. So Dave's like, oh, he just like talks into a phone. What's the big deal? It's like no, this is fucking very real and has very tangible results. And it should be treated
Well, I
as such.
appreciate you saying that. Also, I mean, we'll see where it goes. I like working social.
What is your official job title?
Senior. It's like a bullshit title, like senior social specialist.
I was gonna say we had a talk in Boston, and I told Dave this. I was like, I think we get rid of all job titles because
I mean, I agree
a
with
lot
that.
Of talk about people who were like saying no to people way above them because they were like, no, because I want to be a manager, so I need to go do this instead. And it's like, shut the fuck up. Titles have never meant anything.
I agree
I was saying to Dan the other day. I was like, I don't even know what my title. When people ask us, what do you do or who are you? We're like, I don't know. I'm a blogger. I haven't been here for fucking 15 years. My new kid wants to be a senior vice president. Shut the fuck up.
I will say there are people like that I work with that are more like, I guess you could label them corporate, that do care about titles though.
But like, so I get when you work in a company where it matters. If I was like, yo, I can't make another level of salary until I'm senior producer.
Okay.
But I think what I told him is like, let's just do away with all that. And if you could be a rookie, but if you're like the best producer making the most views, getting the most views, like you get your fucking money. I don't know.
Like what do you work on and do?
Yes,
What is
yes. That's how Dave like.
So
thinks
I
of it,
essentially,
so.
if someone asks me, it's like I do social media for Barstool, and then also I mean a lot of like I could even say, for me, doing like the stuff that I do is social media.
You might like when I can say 1 Minute Man, it helps.
Yeah, I know.
So because listen, I've heard it my whole career with KFC Radio. People are like, we just don't get it. Like, what's the elevator pitch? And it's like, it's two fucking guys talking in
a podcast.
That's
right?
the pitch. Yeah,
The most standard one.
The exact format of a fucking podcast.
Of a podcast. Yeah.
So when they're like, what is the video? It's like, oh, it's 1 Minute Man. He does like the news in 1 minute or less. Like boom, and it's like cookie cutter. So if you had a name, maybe, but also I wouldn't change anything because it's very clearly working.
Yeah, no, I mean,
eventually there'll be dollars behind it, and then it's undeniable, you know.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, I'll play the underdog card because I think it's smart, and I think people like it. And then also, yeah, and then we'll see. I mean, things are going well now, but that's the thing about social media. Like, you never really know when.
They change the algorithm.
They change the algorithm, and that's why it's like, hey, I mean, I haven't walked into somebody's office and been like, make me talent. So that's
Right.
like also on me too.
But I've also, well, I guess you have to advocate for yourself. But sometimes I've heard of people doing that, and I'm kind of like, it's a very fine line between sometimes producers who want to become talent kind of drive me crazy, but then there are times where it's like that person is really funny and probably deserves to be talent, but it's like,
and
I
that
have to
happens
for a
over years,
reason.
which is how Jack did it.
Yeah, you earned it. You know,
You
there's some
can't do
people
that
who-
like 2 months in.
Right.
Right.
Just think, you clearly just use this as a stepping stone.
100%,
You-
100%.
You built whatever social you need. You know, you've done all that.
Yeah, I mean, I've been on TikTok now for like 24 months almost. So and like
I call that 2 years, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah, what are you, an infant?
Yeah, we're talking about your career as a baby. 24.
No,
months.
no, but I mean, the data's not like a 1 month fluke.
Right. Yeah, I mean, the green line thing, the numbers of followers and views, like it's very clearly a thing.
And I mean,
who are the top 5 talent people you thought were there?
Ooh, John's learning how to do Barstool Radio.
top 5. I just wish I was there.
Because there is the thing with it where like
There had to be some people.
Name one person. Name one person you could have replaced.
No, I'm trying to think. Like,
Just
I
say
mean,
your friend.
yeah.
You know what you should have said? Should have been like Tyler O'Day was fucking there.
Yeah, there you go. That was
Tyler
a good
O'Day.
answer.
Tyler O'Day.
It
There
is
was
funny
the
though that
thing with-
Dave. I would imagine they invited Tyler to then give him that award at some point, and then Dave was like, "I can't stomach it."
Yeah.
I think that was a very real thing. Like, I don't want him on the stage.
the thing with the Barstool Awards that was so weird is that even talent, so to speak, like we got that email where it was like, here's your bus. If you want to stay, you have to pay for a hotel. And I was like, well, I'm not going. Like, I don't care that much. We luckily ended up having Barstool Radio, so we paid. But like, I feel like even a lot of the talent, again, I don't like using this word, but the people who do content who were there, I think like a lot of people paid their own way. Like I think a lot of people just showed up, like paid. And
I could have just showed up, 100%.
Totally. It's not like
no
they
one would
would've
have
turned you away at the door.
And I could have been like, hey, like, why am I not? I didn't ask anybody about it. I just decided, okay, like whatever. And then also the trip didn't seem that enticing either.
Yeah.
From like a bus.
We'll get you on a bus back to New York City at 4 a.m.
When I thought it was just the regular Penn Barstool Awards, I was like, can I not go somehow? Is there a way I can not be a part of this? But you know, and I think if I heard someone like paying their way and all the shit. I mean, now Bob Fox, you hear his story?
Yeah,
that's a different tale. Bob Fox missed his flight, then was like, okay, let me go rent a car. Didn't realize that his latest birthday means his driver's license expires, so couldn't rent a car. So he dropped $1,000 to take a car service to drive to Boston, because that's one of those things. First of all, he's in the band. He's like, you know, one of the guys, and he was like, I cannot miss this because I slept through a flight. So in that moment, he was like, I mean, it could have been like $25,000.
Yeah.
I would have had to pay it. That's
Whatever
a different
your
story.
salary is.
Basically. But
100%.
At that point, so it's different for him. If I had heard of anybody else being like, I dropped $1,000 to take a train and to get a hotel, and I would have been like,
I do think you're right. There are some people, like I'm sure, if I got told Chris Castellani got paid for his flight to go, that would have been That's who I would have brought up. But like,
I think he paid his own way.
If he paid his own way, then that's like
yeah.
I mean, that's cool. I mean, I thought the award show was great. It's just, you know, I thought like I should have been there, but like it's whatever. It's.
How did I actually haven't talked to anybody who
Here we go.
watched
Now
it.
we're getting going.
How did it translate? Because like I don't know about you guys, we haven't even talked. Like I couldn't really hear anything. Everybody, like the clips I saw,
Heidelberg's senses.
Like the
I
music I couldn't hear at all. And then like, you guys could hear the music?
Yeah, I heard everything.
Like the lyrics and stuff.
Roan was at times a little bit low, but I think he was kind of almost doing just like a subtle freestyle.
Yeah, because it was
thing.
like background.
But I mean, you didn't hear Caroline when she?
I heard
belting it out?
Caroline. I heard Caroline.
Yeah.
But like
Frankie,
during the
when he was
show,
doing the Spider Monkey, you couldn't hear him.
I heard that.
I think you
But,
might
like,
have heard things.
I mean like
I heard all of the audible things. I heard.
I mean, how did the show translate to video? Because there was a lot of times
really good, I thought.
in the building, it was like quiet. Really.
Well, that's a testament to the crowd, not so much the like production. I think.
So that's what I'm not asking about production. I'm asking
the vibe
how
of the
did
crowd.
it translate
Okay,
to
yeah.
video?
Yeah, like we were talking about when the roast when Nate was roasting, I heard the internet was like, oh shit, go off, King. But the room was like, and it was like 5 people. It was like me, Tommy, Fights, Nick and KB were laughing, and like everyone else was like.
The I will say, like, from well, we didn't really cover it like we usually cover social events because
Yeah,
it was a
revive it,
pay-per-view,
yeah.
and I mean, I thought that was a good strategy to not post everything because why buy it if you're just gonna see it?
Yeah.
I will say though, like a lot of the clips like went really off. Like a lot of the, I mean, the Frank one was mega viral on multiple platforms.
That was like a
and
real
then
moment.
there was a lot of just like legitimately
But,
viral.
like, of course it was. That's. I mean.
I know,
Well,
yeah.
but, this is why I wanted to do this today, so we can finally put it to bed. But it was like, even if it was a joke, even if it was hastily put together, like, of course Barstool's been going viral for 20 years, and this is the fucking thing. Of course, people are going to be interested. A lot of the people being like, "Who the fuck would pay for this?" 50,000 people paid for it. A lot of fucking people paid for it. Like,
it's the
how are
Barstool loves Barstool thing.
Yeah, but it's like, but guess what? So do a lot of fans. A lot of fans love Barstool too.
It is crazy that we were
So-
gonna like take a bath on it, and then Dave was just like, "Why don't we charge $10?" And we just made.
And you know what?
all
I
the
bet
money
you
back.
could have charged 20. And those guys, if you're paying 10, you probably would have charged 20. I don't know if I would have paid 200, but you know. But even the people who were there were like, "Oh, it was so worth it," because they got to like come down and hang out and shit.
Lots
So,
of
like
guys.
every single time, there's an issue about like people pay for this. The people who pay for it are like, "Oh, it was awesome," almost exclusively every time. So anyway, you know, maybe you'll be at the 40th. Who knows?
Yeah, exactly. 25, 30. All right.
All right. That's it for
Okay.
Barstool Radio today. We'll see you guys tomorrow at noon Eastern.
Care if I died. This is so fucked up, guys.
Honestly, I'll eat someone. Sleep tight.
Welcome to season 2 of Barstool's Most Dangerous Game Show.
So not stoked to be here. I'm not happy. I'm not pumped. This just doesn't seem fair.
This is a nightmare. This is an absolute nightmare.
I want $25,000. I want the fucking money.
Oh my.
That's
what?
It's a whole new season. It's a whole new game.
Oh my God!
Not only are you playing your own game, you're playing everyone else's game.
I'm hearing Dana can't be trusted. I feel like I could get the rug pulled out from underneath me.
I don't know that there is any saving you at this point.
Now I'm freaking out a little bit because it's really real, but I knew that I couldn't back out.
I need people not to be fucking sneaky, Spider.
I'm not being sneaky.
Yes, you don't lie. I need him to tell me why he's lying.
This just broke a lot of people.
This is what I need to do. Block it all out. I got as good of a shot, if not better, than anyone else in this game.
All I was trying to do was just shut my brain off and then pray for the best.
I have never been so angry in my life.
Your heart stops. The reality really hit, but there's no turning back. Guys, I can't do this. I'm sorry.
This is Barstool's Most Dangerous Game Show. Presented by Mattress Firm.